Hello, my wonderful kids. Welcome back to my channel. Today we will learn Class 4 Mathematics, Chapter number 3. Lesson name is A Trip to Bhopal. So, in this lesson, students are very excited to go to a trip to Bhopal. Okay, so we will be learning many mathematical questions based on this trip. All right, so let's go into the lesson. Before that, please subscribe my channel and support me. Alright, so let's go into the lesson now. Today Sugantha is very excited. All the children of our school are going on a trip to Bhopal with their teachers. So Sugantha is a student in this school and she is very excited today because on her school they are taking to a trip to Bhopal. Alright. So now the students along with their teachers are planning to go to a trip to Bhopal. Okay. So Mrs. Meenakshi and Mr. Rakesh are talking about the number of buses needed. So let's look at this picture. She is Mrs. Meenakshi and he is Mr. Rakesh. So both of them are the teachers in the school and they are discussing the number of buses needed for this trip. So they are calculating how many students are there and those who are coming for trip and how many buses needed for this trip to take all the children to the trip to Bhopal. So they both are discussing and talking about the number of buses needed for this trip to Bhopal. Okay. Students, please take a notebook and a pen or a pencil because hereafter we will have more calculations. Okay, now the conversation is still going on between the teachers. Mrs. Meenakshi said, "We will need 4 buses." Mr. Rakesh said, "I think we need at least 5." Mrs. Meenakshi said, "Each bus has 50 seats." Mr. Rakesh said, "Let us see how many children are going." So now they are checking the number of children from each class to the trip to Bhopal. So from class 1, we have 33 children. From class 2, we have 32 children. From class 3, we have 42 children. From class 4, we have 50 children. From class 5, we have 53 children. So now they have taken a list from each class how many children are coming to the trip to Bhopal and they are going to find out how many bus needed for this trip. So each bus has 50 number of seats. Okay. So next we are going to calculate and see how many students are there in the total and how many how many buses needed and will that bus be enough for all children. Okay. So now we will calculate the total number of children who is going for this trip. Okay. So from class 1 we have 33, class 2 we have 32, class 3 we have 42 and class 4 50, class 5 is 53. So we will find this total. So we have 3 plus 2 is 5, 5 plus 2 7, 7 plus 3 is 10. So we'll put 0 and balance 1. So next 5 plus 5 is 10, 10 plus 4 14, 14 plus 3 is 17, 17 plus 3 is 20 and we have 1 on the top. So 20 plus 1 is 21. So the total number of students, those who are going for the trip is 210 students. And look at this paragraph. We have, do we need 4 buses? One bus can take 50 children. 4 bus can take 50 into 4. So 50 into 4 we will calculate 50 into 4. So 50 multiplied by 4. So 4 zeros are 0. 4 5s are 20. So we will get 200. So if 4 buses can take 200 children, but we have 210 children. So 400 bus can take only 200 children and we still have 10 children remaining. Okay. So we have question and answer based on this bus calculation along with the students. Okay. So let's see the first question. So there are a total of dash children going on. So total number of students 210. So the second question, if they get 4 buses, how many children will get seats? So if they get 4 buses, how many children will get the seat? We already calculated, which is 200 seats. Last question, will there be any children left without seats? Yes, we found we have 10 children left without seats. So now there is a conversation going between two teachers. The first teacher is telling, for just a few children, we can't get another bus. The second teacher is telling, we can share seats. So we only have 10 children left without the bus, right? So the teachers are discussing, only for 10 children, we can't get another bus. We can share seats. Okay. So there is a paragraph given below. Let's read that. Children should be encouraged to estimate first and then find out the answer using any method they want. For example, you have to estimate. Children has to discuss and estimate whether they can take a new bus for the 10 children or you want to share the seat. Okay. It is important to discuss the methods children use to solve a problem. So it is important for everyone to discuss the method, whether they want to get a new bus or share the seats to solve the problem. Okay. Next. So waiting for the buses. So look at the long line. The students are standing in a queue and it starts from the school entrance and all are waiting eagerly for the bus to take them to the trip to Bhopal. So Shaiba, she is one of the students standing in the line. Shaiba jumps out of the line to see if the buses are coming. So what she did, she jumped out to see whether the buses are coming. She shouted loudly, "Hey, I can see them." So the buses are on the way and she can able to see the bus. Run and grab the window seat. So she wants the window seat because when we sit next to the window, it is very easy for us to look around, right? So it will be very excited when we sit in the window seat. Many children started jumping in excitement. But what happened? Suddenly happened something. Let's see. So now the teacher is telling, stop. What is this? These buses are so small. So what happened? The teacher is telling that we asked for a big bus, but the buses they received are so small. So now she is in a big shock. So now there is an argument going on. So the argument is going between the teacher and the drivers. So the teacher is asking, we told you to bring big buses. The drivers replied, we did not have enough big buses, so we got many mini buses. So the driver replying, they did not have big buses, so they bought small buses like mini buses, but many mini buses. So let's count how many buses we have. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we totally have 6 mini buses. So there is a question asked. Each mini bus can take 35 students. So in one bus we can take up to 35 students. How many mini buses are needed to take the entire children? So we have total number of students 210 and each bus can take 35 students. So let's calculate 5 buses first. So 35 into 5. So 5 fives are 25. So 5 balance 2. 5 threes are 15. So 15 plus 2 is 17. So 175. No, because we have 210 students. So let's do it with 6. So 35 into 6. 6 fives are 30. So 0 balance 3. 6 threes are 18. So 18 plus 3 is 21. So we got 210. So 35 into 6 is 210. So in the 6 bus, it is enough to take all the children, which means 210 children are boarding the bus happily. So look at the children. All the children are excited to board the bus for the trip to Bhopal. Okay, next. So now the journey begins to Bhopal. So the teacher is telling a student, come on now, get in fast. It is already 9 o'clock. Look at the children. He is jumping, he is throwing his water bottle. But the teacher is telling to get in fast because it's already 9 o'clock. As the bus started moving from Hoshangabad, children sing at the top of their voice. Some looked outside to enjoy the view of the green field and the hills. So what happened? The bus started and now the students are enjoying. They started singing and some students are looking outside. So there is a student, Indra. She asked, when will we reach Bhopal? And the teacher Miss Asha replied, if we don't stop anywhere, we should reach there in 2 hours. That is around dash o'clock. So the teacher is replying, it will take 2 hours to reach Bhopal. So they started at 9 o'clock. So 9 plus 2 is 11 o'clock. So they will reach around 11 o'clock. So Majid, there is another student, he asked, is it very fast? The teacher Bhimshem replied, it's about 70 kilometers. Another student, Ruby, she asked, are we going to stop anywhere? Miss Rakesh, another teacher, replied, maybe at Bhimkabeta, about 50 kilometers from here. So they might stop there. So if they are going to Bhimpetka, they will reach there. So what time will they reach there? If they are going to Bhimpetka. So before 10 o'clock or between 10 o'clock and 11 o'clock or after 11 o'clock. So we already know if we don't stop anywhere, we should reach there at 11 o'clock. But if we are stopping somewhere at Bhimpetka, if we are stopping, we will not reach there at 11 o'clock, obviously after 11 o'clock. So I'm going to select the answer as we will reach after 11 o'clock. Okay, so let's see the next one. As they are talking, Bahadur shouts, hey, look at the Narmada. Everyone looks out of the windows. Ruby, wow, it is so long and so wide. Let us guess how wide it is. So on the way to Bhopal, on the top of the bridge, they looked the Narmada river and they were so excited after looking the very big river. And Ruby shouted how long and how wide it is. And they are now guessing how long and how wide it is. So they are going to guess the length and the width. So now Gopi, the student, said, 100 meters. No, it is much more. Can't say. Victoria said, it must be more than half a kilometer. Now the teacher, Miss Harsha, said, look, it is written. So it is already written on the bridge wall. This bridge is 756.82 meters long. So we can guess that Narmada must be about 500 meters wide at this place. So in the river, the width will not be same in all the places. Sometimes it will be bigger and in some places the width might be smaller. So it depends. Okay. So the teacher is telling the Narmada must be 500 meters wide at this place because there is a bridge over there, right? So they would have shrinked little. So was Victoria right? Sadas replied, I just can't imagine 500. So before that, was Victoria right? Yes, Victoria was right because she said it is more than half a kilometer. So 1 kilometer is 1000 meters. So the teacher replied half 500 meters, right? So half kilometer is 500 meters. So was Victoria right? Yes, she is right. Now Sadaf said, I just can't imagine 500 meters. So the teacher, Miss Asha, replied, see, our bus is about 5 meters long. Imagine how many buses can stand in a line on this bridge. So the bridge is 500 meters. So the bus is 500 meters long. So if we divide 500 divided by 5, we get 100. So we can have 100 buses can stand in a line on this bridge. So likewise we can imagine the 100 meters long. So Sadaf now got his answer for his imagination. So the 100 buses can stand in a line on this bridge. Okay. So next they are asking a question. Have you ever crossed a long bridge? About how many meters long it was? How many meters long was it? So they're asking whether you have crossed any bridge and how many meters was it. So you can write an own answer for this question whether you have crossed any bridge or not, and if you have crossed it you have to mention along with the meters. Okay, so write your own answer for this question. So the next one, everyone looks down at the river. So they are looking down at the river and the teacher said, Mr. Rakesh, the water level now is quite low. It must be about 40 meters below the bridge. So now the water level is 40 meters below the bridge. And teacher Miss Asha said, but in the rainy season, the water had risen. So the water has risen. Then it was just about 15 meters below the bridge. So during the rainy season we'll get more rainwater, right? So that time the water level will increase, and then it was just 15 meters below the bridge. Okay. So they're asking a question now. What is the difference between the water level of the Narmada in the rainy season and now? So now we know it is about 40 meters. So in rainy season it is about 15 meters. So we need to subtract 40 minus 15. So 40 minus 15 is 25. So 25 meters. So the answer is, what is the difference between the water level of Narmada in the rainy season and now, which is 25 meters. Okay, and this question is an important question, children. They can frame a question but they can change the meter. For example, now they can give 30 meter, and in rainy season they can give, or they can increase or reduce to 25 or 10 meters. Okay, so this is an important question for your exam. Please practice this question. Okay, so let's see the next one. Suddenly the bus stopped with a jerk. Oh, the petrol pump. 2 buses need to be refilled. So what happened? The bus has stopped suddenly because the fuel got over, so it should be refilled. So 2 buses need to be refilled with the diesel. So the bus stand in a line. Children are sticking their necks out to see how diesel is filled in the bus. So look at the picture. Few children are popping their neck out and they are seeing how the diesel is filled. Some children have got down to look more closely. See, few children got down and they are checking closely. So each bus takes about 15 minutes to refill, and there are 2 buses to be refilled. So 2 buses need the diesel to be refilled. So they stopped there for about dash minutes. So 1 bus it takes 15 minutes. So we have 2 buses. So 15 into 2 is 30. So we have 30 minutes. Which means they are late by about 30 minutes. Again, they are late by 30 minutes. Okay, students, we still have few more pages on this lesson. We will see the balance on the part 2 video, okay? Because it's a very long lesson, I have divided into part 2. Okay, so please, if you have any doubt, send me an email. I have given my email address on the description box. All right. So after completing the part 2 video, I will upload the sample worksheet for practice. All right. I hope you have all learned the lesson very clearly. So please subscribe my channel and always learn with a fun. Okay. Take care. Bye bye.